से मुक्त बंध भोग के द्वारा कर्मफल का और निष्काम पुण्य कर्मों के द्वारा तुम्हारे पाप नष्ट हो जाएंगे। काल की गति से शरीर का परित्याग करके तुम वर प्रार्थना करने के लिए कहा। अर्थात नृसिंहदेव करने लिए प्रहलाद तुम वर मांगो। नृसिंहदेव ने क्या कहा? ये प्रभु, मैं आपको जो भजन किया उसके बदले में मैं आपसे कुछ लेना नहीं चाहता हूँ।
Nrisimhadeva told Prahlad, ask some benediction. Prahlada said, I don't want to take anything from you. I did bhajana, but I don't want anything back. Prema is not like some businessman. Business. The businessman, if you give money, then he'll give the products to you. Buy one, get one, and free one. Haribol, Kunja Sharidi Dimanda Did sound okay in WhatsApp? Haribol? So the businessman is the tendency of the businessman. Buy one, get one, free one.
Free one.
Okay, so actually the businessmen, they never give anything for free, but why they say it's for free? Just to attract the people. There's nothing actually free in this world. Nothing can be free. So just to attract the customers, the clients, they are saying something is free. Come to my shop, then you get some free gifts. Oh yeah, so first give me the free and then I buy. No. Buy one, get one, free one. They're saying. So in this way, Prahlada Maharaj is saying, hey Prabhu, I did bhajan to you. Whatever I did, I don't want to take anything back in reward. Prema just wants to give, not to take. Prema wants to give, not to take. Prema is such a thing. Prema just only wants to give, not to take. Those who want to take are businessmen. But in this material world, this is not possible, huh? In this material world, everything has a motivation, selfishness, interest, only interest, selfishness. But in the transcendental world, this is not there. In the prema, you just want to give happiness to your beloved, and in this way you become happy. So if love only wants to give, then why about to take? Why this actually to take? Because actually prema only wants to give, not to take. What is the meaning of this? Prema only wants to give. Because if the word is there, maybe there is a meaning behind this. So yeah, I take his happiness. No any other reason. Okay, look. If I take something from him and in this way he will be happy giving me something, then I will take something from him. So this is the dealings of Bhakta and Bhagavan, God and devotee. The devotee wants to serve Bhagavan.
किंतु भक्त कभी नहीं चाहते हैं जो
But
भगवान
the
मेरा
devotee
सेवा करे।
never wants the God to serve him.
किंतु प्रेम में
But
ऐसे
love
घनीभूत अवस्था हो
comes to
जाता
such a
है,
condensed
ये
stage, condensed
forms of the
stage,
प्रेम।
form of the
प्रेम
prem,
ऐसे घनीभूत होता है
that
उस समय
in this moment
भक्त भी भगवान से सेवा लेते हैं।
the devotee accepts service from God.
जैसे
Just like
सेवा कुंज में आप देख रहे हैं,
in the Sevakunja you see,
राधा जी मान कर और कृष्ण
Srimati Radhika is doing man, she's angry and Krishna is serving her.
यही विशेष वैशिष्ट दिखा रहे हैं। प्रेम संपूर्ण ग्रंथ में
In the book Prema
कृष्ण
Sampurt,
के रूप में आकर
Krishna came in the form of the Bangana.
यही प्रश्न पूछा।
And exactly this is what Krishna is asking to Srimati Radhika. Very beautiful questions.
ये प्रेम ऐसे देना चाहते हैं, मैं सेवा
So,
करूं। सेवा
Prema
लेना
wants
नहीं,
just to give. I want to serve. Only this,
तो
Prema.
यहाँ पर करें
So-
कृष्ण राधा जी की सेवा कर रहे हैं।
Krishna himself, he is serving Srimati Radhika. Why?
कृष्ण की सुख के लिए।
Actually, Krishna becomes happy like this. So she allows him to do it
ये सब करते हैं। राधा
because
जी
he will be
मान
happy.
कर रही है।
So,
मान सेवा
Srimati
कर रही
Radhika, she's in man, she's angry with him.
है। मान भी ये सेवा है।
But this is also one kind of service to him, man seva. So, Devangana was actually Krishna in disguise. He asked, or she asked to Srimati Radhika, hey Radhe, this is Prema Sampurti. Radhe, why you become why you have man, like anger? This anger, no, man, everybody knows. So because to pacify your man, Krishna has to do so many things, fall at her feet and etc. Then Srimati Radhika says, actually I know Krishna's heart. I know that if I'll do some man like this, if I'll be angry like this, Krishna will be happy. So for the satisfaction of Krishna is that I manifest my man, my anger. There is no other reason. And by the happiness, for the happiness of Krishna, I take service from him also. Like Krishna massages my feet. Why? For Krishna's happiness, there is no other reason. So in this way, Nrisimhadeva again and again told, hey Prahlada, I want to give you some benediction. Then Prahlada told, I'm not a businessman. I don't want to take anything from you. But Hiranyakashipu was insisting super much. Then Prahlada Maharaj thought, oh, I'll accept something in this way, Lord will be pleased. Just like the father brings some very sweets, many kinds of sweets from the shop. Then the father offers to the deity and then feeds his son with these sweets. And they and then the father is asking the son, give me some of these sweets. When the son is giving the sweets for the father to eat, the father is so happy. Who bought the sweets? The father. He gave to his son. But then again, the father is asking to his son that sweet. Why? Actually, in this way, he'll be happy. For being happy, getting this happiness. So when the son gives the butter or whatever was brought from the market, maybe some sweet, and gives to the father becomes so pleased. Have you seen this or not? So in the same way, prem is such a thing. First we say, prema just wants to give, not to take. Nothing in return. Prema doesn't want to take anything in return. But then you say again, another analysis, yes, prema takes also. Why? For the happiness of the beloved. So in this way, Prahlada Maharaj told, hey Prabhu, okay, if you want to give, you can give.
प्रायेण देवो मुनयो सविमुक्त कामा मौनम चरन्ते विजन परार्थ निष्ठा। इस संसार में लोग
People in this world, they are trying to do some practice to deliver from this material world, and they want liberation. Who does not want mukti? Everybody wants to be freed from the sufferings. And those who endeavor for their own liberation, doing bhajani sadhana just to get delivered, themselves delivered. Prahlada Maharaj is saying, "Oh Prabhu, these are selfish people because they are doing for themselves, not for others. But those who, of course, they practice to deliver themselves, but they also try to help others. This is the best thing, this is the highest. So those who do bhajan and those who help others also engage in bhajan." So yesterday we were listening to this, hearing this. Okay, let's continue listening forward. Many teachings of Prahlada Maharaj. The demigods also. Brahma and other demigods. They were very happy. So Narada Rishi was telling this katha to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Narada Muni told, "Hey Yudhishthira, so this order that Bhagavan gave to Prahlada. He told Prahlada to finish the ritual ceremonies for his father, and then Prahlada was crowned the king." Who knows the shloka which Okay, so later, by the order of Lord Nrisimhadeva, Prahlada Maharaj, he conducted all the rituals for his father, this ceremony for after he died. Then by the desire of Nrisimhadeva, the father of by the desire of Nrisimhadeva, Prahlada Maharaj, he got the position of being the king. Later on, the Brahmanas crowns, Rajabhishek crowns Prahlada. So seeing Lord very happy, demigods and Brahma started to glorify Lord. Brahma told what? Oh, worshipful deity of the gods. 26, verse, chapter 10, 7th canto. O Supreme Lord of all lords, proprietor of the entire universe, O benedictor of all living entities, O original person, because of our good fortune, you have now killed this sinful demon who was giving trouble to the entire universe.
विश्वदेव भगवान ने कहे हे महापुरुष,
this demon Hiranyakashipu,
उत्पन्न देव असुरों के स्वभाव अतिशय क्रूर होता है। आप उन्हें इस प्रकार के वरदान
sorry, now text verse 30. Text 30. God told, my dear Lord Brahma, O great Lord born from the lotus flower, just as it is dangerous to feed milk to a snake, so it is dangerous to give benedictions to demons, who are by nature ferocious and jealous. So Nrisimhadeva told to Brahma, hey Brahma,
आगे से जाकर के
in the future,
ऐसे असुरों
you should never ever
मत दिया करो,
give benedictions to demons like him,
अतिशय क्रूर होता है।
because the nature of the demons, they are like evil.
आप उन्हें इस प्रकार से वरदान न दिया करें।
Don't give this kind of benediction to demons,
सर्पों की दूध
because it's just like feeding milk to a snake.
सांप को कोई दूध पिलाए,
If somebody feeds milk to a snake, the snake will drink that milk, and later on the snake will bite you,
सर्पों के स्वभाव है।
because this is the nature of the snake. And the Niti Shastra explains what?
अंगारो सतधौतेन मलिनता मुंचते। अंगार माने कैला, काला कोल होता है।
Angara means the charcoal, coal, charcoal. Even if you 1,000 times wash the charcoal piece in the water of the Ganges, will the charcoal stop, give up his nature of being black? No. So in the same way, this evil person, never give this kind of benedictions to demons like him. Tulsidas told, okay, charcoal is black, but if you put the charcoal in the fire, the charcoal will become red, isn't it? What is the meaning? By the association of sadhu, yes, your nature can change. By the association of sadhu, of the sadhu. Until you have not done the sadhu-sanga, then your nature will not change. So some people have had bad habits, like smoking cigarettes or smoking marijuana, smoking or taking marijuana anyhow, ganja bhang. How to change one person like addicted, or only by a sadhu-sanga, association of sadhu. If they don't do association of sadhu, then they cannot change, because there's some samskar from life after life. How to change this? When you're near sadhu, you're okay, but when you're far from the sadhu, then you manifest your own swarup, like you manifest who you are in truly, like who you are. So it's not easy. There was a devotee from Malaysia. He used to tell me, Maharaj, what to do. I know that to smoke cigarettes is not proper. Smoking is harmful for the health, isn't it? Like to smoke cigarettes is harmful for the health. He knows everything, but still he smokes. I think he's a doctor, and the doctors say that the cigarettes are bad, harmful for the health. But so why does he continue smoking? He cannot give up this samskar, these impressions. But if he stays in sadhu-sanga, then doing bhajan, slowly, he'll give up these things. But when you have some habit, it's like addiction. Cannot give up. So stay in association of sadhu always. And if you do that, by the association of sadhu, all these habits will go away. If the jiva once falls into a sadhu-sanga, then it's very difficult to come out of it, especially these addictions. These people have to stay always in sadhu-sanga to be free from the addictions. There's no other way. So stay in sadhu-sanga. And always think these things are sins. You should always remember that these things are sins, then also this will also good. Like then you can also be free from them, otherwise not. So those who are doing bad activities, suppose drinking alcohol, smoking marijuana, this is papkarja, these sinful activities. So you should always remember, these things are sinful activities, and I won't sin again. So, if you have not fixed your mind in this way, then you'll continue. If you fix your mind in this way, then you'll not have the tendency to sin again. Until when the jiva will continue sinning? If the mind is not thinking it's a sin, then you are sinning because you're not thinking it's a sin. Like I told, smoking, alcohol, drinking, smoking. So you have to think, you always have to think, for doing these sins I have to go for a limited time to the hell again and again. So if you're thinking this again and again in your mind, I'll have to suffer for a limited time in the hell for this, then you can make your life successful. How to make your life successful? You have to fix your mind. So there's one story from who? Socrates. Socrates, the philosopher. His life history. Socrates from Greek. You know name of Socrates? Socrates. Have you heard his name? Aristotle. Socrates. Philosophers, great philosophers. So one person came to Socrates and asked, "Oh, whatever I do in my life, I'm not achieving a successful.
I'm never successful in my life. What am I doing?
Whatever I do, I'm never successful in my mind. In my life, whatever I do, everything I do is unsuccessful. It's a failure." Then Socrates told him, "Okay, tomorrow early in the morning come with me and do as I tell you." Okay. So later, next day he came early in the morning to Socrates in Brahma Muhurta time. Okay, let's bathe in the river today. So they went and they were going to bathe. And what did he do? He took his Socrates was drowning the man in the water, like forcefully pressing him under the water, like pushing him under the water. After some minutes, Socrates let him go, and then he caught his breath. Like, oh, what happened? Why did you try to drown me in this way? Okay, when you were drowning, what were you thinking? Were you thinking about eating anything? Or were you thinking about anything else at that moment? No. I had only one goal. How to come back to the surface and breathe. Take air, like breathe. I just want to know how I could breathe again. And if you ask someone, when did you take your last breath?
When you were the last breathing.
This can someone ask this? No, this is crazy question. Huh? Crazy person asks question. Because in your last breath, then you die. So if I ask someone,
where you last visit? लिखा रहता ना,
was your last visit?
किसी देश में
Like sometimes you go to one country,
आपके पूछते इंग्लैंड में
and
पूछता
for example in England they ask us, when was your last visit to the UK?
आप पहले कहाँ था? यहाँ
So, means-
इंग्लैंड में आने के पहले
So before coming back to England, before coming to also sometimes they ask which other countries did you visit before coming to England? In Australia, any country you go, they always ask which countries you were before coming here.
किंतु यदि कोई
You were in before coming here. So
in the breath,
when was the last time you took breath?
ये प्रश्न कैसे होता है?
This is not this question is a crazy question. Why?
मेरा last breath means I
Last breath means I died.
जब तक हम है इस संसार में तब तक
So,
हम सांस लेते जा रहे हैं.
Until we are in this world, we are always breathing. But when is our last breath, then you have to give up this body.
तो ये प्रश्न नहीं बनता नहीं है.
So this is not an appropriate question.
Do you understand or not?
Do you understand or not?
If I ask what is your last visit, you can say and India, Africa, America, any country. Yes. आपके इस देश में आने के पहले मैं
Before coming to this country, I went in another country. I was in another country, like in America, or you can tell. You can say
what
in
is
this.
your last visit?
You can say what are the
किंतु यदि
countries you
आपको
were.
मैं ये प्रश्न करूं what
But if I ask you,
is your last breath?
if I ask you,
आप अंतिम कब सांस है?
when was your last breath? So
हैं?
anyway,
जी? तो संत महात्मा उसके पूछा
coming back to the story, that person asked to Socrates.
तो जब उसके ऊपर उठा
So he
तो
took
कहने
him
लगे देखो
up again from the like.
आप सांस नहीं ले पाते, आप मुझे डुबा दिया, मैं तड़प रहा था.
So you were drowning me.
मन में चिंता क्या था?
I was drowning you. You couldn't breathe. What were you thinking at that time?
दाना की ये चिंता था.
You were not thinking
बैंक बैलेंस
about bank balance, credit card, or money, or anything else.
चिंतन कर बोले नहीं.
Were you thinking about those things? No. Only one thought I had in my mind.
मैं ऊपर में उठकर
How could I
सांस ले, क्योंकि मेरा
like
सांस
come back to
रुक
the
जा रहा है.
surface and breathe because you were.
Cannot take the
I couldn't breathe because you were like pushing me under the water.
मेरा एक ही
So that at that time I could only think about one thing: how could I come back to the surface and breathe again?
Take the breath और कुछ नहीं. लक्ष्य ही हमारा उसी प्रकार हो
So our goal should be also like this,
है.
set in this way.
सांस लेना वो मेरा
To breathe
लक्ष्य है.
is my goal. That's it.
ठीक उसी प्रकार
Like his goal was like this. So in the same way,
जीवन में जो कुछ भी करे अपने
whatever
लक्ष्य के
you do in your life, have to do focused in the goal like this.
जब तक लक्ष्य तक पहुंच न जाओ.
Until you haven't reached that goal, don't stop.
हैं, स्कूल में लिखा रहता है ना.
In school is also written,
हैं, until attain your goal. जब तक तुम अपने लक्ष्य
until
तक
you
नहीं
attain
पहुंचो,
your goal,
रुको मत,
don't stop.
चलते रहो.
Continue,
हैं? है कि नहीं?
isn't it?
शिक्षाएं उसी प्रकार है.
So the teachings like
जीवन
this.
में अनेक बाधाएं आएंगी.
Many
कोई भी
obstacles will
कार्य
come
करते
in
जाओ,
life.
समस्या तो आएगा.
Whatever you do, problems will
समस्या
come.
को कैसे समाधान
How
करें?
to reconcile or how to tolerate or overcome these obstacles, these problems.
बड़े-बड़े पंडितों
have to
के
endeavor.
यही विचार है.
Great Panditas, they are also
जब
thinking,
समस्या
when the
आ
problems
रहा
come
है,
in our
तो
lives,
क्या समझना चाहिए?
what should you understand?
अच्छी मार्ग में हो.
That you are going through on the right way. You're on the right way.
If you walk on the perfect path,
If you
पथ में चलो, अच्छी पथ में
if you
चलो,
walk in the perfect path,
समस्या ही आएगा.
problems will come surely.
उस समस्या
They
को
will come.
समाधान करना,
And to overcome these problems,
समाधान
to solve these problems,
यही तुम्हारे विचार के विषय.
this is something you have to, this is up to you. You have to solve them.
समझ में आया? समस्या के समाधान करना.
So you have to solve the problems.
अच्छी मार्ग में चले.
Any person, if they are going on the right way, problems will come.
हैं? जिसके जीवन में कोई समस्या नहीं है,
Those who have no problems in their lives,
obstacles,
no obstacles,
तो समझना चाहिए
you should understand
ठीक अच्छी मार्ग में नहीं है.
that the person is not on the right way.
हैं? जीवन में चले तो
If you
समस्या आएगा.
go on the right way, problems will come.
पारमार्थिक जगत में हो,
Whether this is in the spiritual life or in the
भौतिक जगत में,
material life,
समस्या सब में आएगा.
problem is always there,
उस
are always
समस्या के
there.
समाधान
So to solve these problems, this is up to you. You have to do it. You must do it. And to solve these problems, you must fix properly your goal. You have to endeavor for it. Like try. And in this way, you'll become strong. Yes. You try, and the power will come. The strength to do it. So, Mother Jashoda, this problem came. She had to bound Gopal, but she couldn't. Then she was again and again trying to bind Gopal to the grinding mortar. She was trying, and every time it was two fingers too short. The rope was 2 fingers too short. This is a problem, isn't it? But Mother Jashoda, what did she do? What she was doing? She was struggling. No, I must bind him. I have to bind. So you put all your strength to reach that goal, to attain the goal you've established. Then somehow, in some moment, the problem will be solved. Is this good? This true or not? So our life is also like this. When you walk the path of life, problems will come. But you should solve these problems. Overcome. You have to tolerate. You have to be patient. This is the life. Nothing else. Some writer also told, there's nothing impossible in this world. Sorry, there's no words in the dictionary impossible. The word impossible is not in the dictionary. Everything is possible. But when it's possible, everything, when we surrender to the hand of God, even the impossible becomes possible, isn't it? The impossible becomes possible when we surrender to the hands of Lord. The impossible becomes possible. So that day, so if you have some problem, like don't fight with him. Sometime the solution of your problem will come. At some time, at some point. Solve your problems. In mathematics is written also like solve the problems, mathematical problems, the geometry also. So coming back to the katha, we're speaking about Prahlada Maharaj. He's saying this. Oh yeah, I was speaking about the Bhagavan Nrisimhadeva told, Bhagavan Nrisimhadeva told, I warn you not to give such benedictions to any demon again. Otherwise, if you give blessings to demons, it's just like feeding a snake milk. Narada Muni continued, text 31st. Chapter 10. Chapter 10. Narada Muni continued, O King Yudhishthira, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is not visible to an ordinary human being, spoke in this way, instructing Lord Brahma. Then, being worshipped by Brahma, the Lord disappeared.
भगवान श्री हरि सबके निकट प्रकट नहीं होते, भक्ति के निकट प्रकट होते, अभक्ति के निकट
Bhagavan Sri Hari appears in front of the devotees only, and he hides in front of the non-devotees. In the form of Paramatma, he's allowing everybody just to continue what they're doing. But when you surrender, then Bhagavan appears in front of you. Bhagavan appears to you. So Devarishi Narada told, "Hey, King Yudhishthira, Bhagavan Shri Hari does not appear in front of all the human beings." So Lord told this to Brahma, and being worshipped by Brahma, Lord disappeared from that place. Sorry. Because Brahma, he was serving God, so Bhagavan. So Bhagavan Nrisimhadeva, he gave darshan to Brahma.
Tata sampujya sirasa bhavande parameshchinam bhava prajapatim devata devana prahlado bhagavat kalam.
Prahlada Maharaj then worshipped and offered prayers to all the demigods, such as Brahma, Shiva, and the Prajapatis, who are all parts of the Lord. Thereafter, text 33. Thereafter, along with Shukracharya and other great saints, Lord Brahma, whose seat is on the lotus flower, made Prahlada the king of all the demons and giants in the universe. O King Yudhishthira, after all the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, were properly worshipped by Prahlada Maharaj, they offered Prahlada their utmost benedictions, and then returned to their respective abodes. So Brahma and the demigods, they gave blessings to Prahlada, and then they left. They put him also in the throne, like crowning him king, and they left to their own abodes, own planets. Narada is saying, he's telling to Yudhishthira. Sorry, Narada is telling Yudhishthira. Thus, the two associates of Lord Vishnu, who had become Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, the sons of Diti, were both killed. By illusion, they had thought that the Supreme Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart, was their enemy. So they killed Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu in the form of Varaha and Nrisimhadeva.
ब्राह्मणों के द्वारा अभिशप्त होने के कारण
being cursed by the Brahmanas, the same two associates took birth again as Kumbhakarna and the 10-headed Ravana. These two Rakshasas were killed by Lord Ramachandra's extraordinary power. So Narada Rishi himself is telling this to Prahlada, to Yudhishthira Maharaj. So remember, who is the speaker and who is the listener in the stories? Speaker is Narada Rishi. Listener is Yudhishthira Maharaj.
इसलिए कह रहे हैं ये दोनों ही पुनः इस युग में शिशुपाल एवं दंतवक्र के
pierced by the arrows.
भगवान श्री हरि से
They both took birth again in the human society as Shishupala and Dantavakra, and continued in the same enmity toward the Lord. It is they who emerged into the body of the Lord in your presence.
हे प्रिय युधिष्ठिर, कृष्ण से देश रखने वाला अनेक राजगण
Not only Shishupala and Dantavakra, but also many other kings who acted as enemies of Krishna attained salvation at the time of death. Because they thought of the Lord, they received spiritual bodies and forms, the same as his. Just as worms captured by a black drone obtain the same type of body as the drone.
राजन कृष्ण वैरिणां जुस्तवे तस्मात् कीटं पेशलिकृतो जथा जिस प्रकार
just like the bringi here in the translation is saying worms, but Gurudeva is saying tateya, it's like a wasp. that the bites,
पीछे का भाग जो है
you know,
पिलापन होता
like
है।
in Portuguese, marimbondo.
उसके
In
generally जो
English,
है
I think like a kind of wasp.
ये होता है क्या बोले
In the jungle, they have a big thorn in their like
वो नसते है ना
bum part,
उसमें विष निकालता है
in their back part of the insect, and sometimes it's poisonous and they sting.
भृंगी का चिंतन
So this kind of animal. Here in Bhagavatam is saying worms captured by a black drone obtain the same type of body as the drone.
है उसके चिंतन करते करते
So this
उनके रूप धारण कर लेते हैं।
animal is thinking about the other so much, the insect, and then it
इसमें
has,
क्या बोलना
develops
क्या चाहते हैं?
a root, a form in the same as that other insect. So in the same way, what they want to say. If you do Bhagavad Bhajan slowly, I mean,
कर्मस पाप आदि दूर हो जाता है।
and the time will come that all your sins will be
फिर धीरे-धीरे
destroyed.
अपने
Then-
स्वरूप का चिंतन करना शुरू कर देते हैं।
Then you start thinking in your own
फिर
swarupa.
अपने स्वरूप चिंतन
About your
करके
transcendental
फिर
form.
उस स्वरूप के प्राप्त करके भगवत धाम में भगवान की सेवा करना।
Then with your swarup you can go to the abode of Lord and
क्योंकि
serve
आपके
Him.
पास वो है वस्तु।
Because actually you already have this with
आपके
you.
स्वरूप है।
You have.
ये स्वरूप है कृष्ण नित्यदास कृष्ण तत्शक्ति वेदावली प्रकाश। इसलिए शास्त्र में लिखा गया
That's why Shastra explains
आत्मचिंतन की शास्त्र में लिखा गया
how to think about our soul, Atma
भजन
Chintan.
करते करते
Doing bhajan
अपने
slowly,
स्वरूप की उपलब्धि होगा।
then you'll get the realization of your
उस स्वरूप की
soul.
उपलब्धि करके फिर उसके चिंतन
Then
करते
you start
करते
thinking about your soul
भाव को प्राप्त कर लेते
and you attain that bhav.
हैं। नित्य सिद्ध कृष्ण प्रेम साध्य कबू नय श्रवणादि शुद्ध चित्ते करह उदय। वो आपके पास है केवल
You already have everything.
आगंतुक नहीं है।
It's not something coming from outside.
हैं? समझ में आ रहा है?
Do you
बाहर से
understand?
नहीं आता है।
It's not coming from external source. Actually, you already have it. But when you become free from the anarthas,
उपलब्धि हो जाता
then you
है।
realize your swarup, your form.
आज मैं इसको समझा।
Try to understand.
यहाँ पर अनेकों लोगों की अनेकों कथा कहते रहते हैं।
Many people say many things,
हैं?
like
क्योंकि आत्मा इतने सूक्ष्म है
the soul is so minute, and you cannot see the soul because the soul is very minute.
इसलिए अज्ञानी पुरुष इसको समझ
So the ignorant people, they don't know about the soul.
ignorance people they can't understand this thing because our soul is very minute हैं? आत्मा इतने सूक्ष्म है
Soul is so minute, you cannot even see it, see him,
अनुभव नहीं करता।
you cannot realize him. But you have
हैं?
the form of your soul,
जिस
swarup,
प्रकार
the form,
बीज में,
just like in the seed,
हैं?
in a seed.
पेड़ के स्वरूप विराजमान
The
है।
form of the tree is also inside that
उसमें
seed.
कितने पत्ता है कितना
How many
बड़ा है, सब कुछ
leaves,
बीज में
how
ही
big
रहता
is that tree? Everything is in the seed form.
किंतु यदि कोई बीज के फाड़े उसे कुछ दिखाई नहीं पड़ता है।
But if you open the seed up, you cannot see anything.
किंतु देखो
Like open apart the seed, you cannot see anything. But if you
मिट्टी पर रखा दिया जाए,
put the
पानी
seed
दिया
in the
जाए,
soil,
उपयुक्त
water it
वायु आदि दिया जाए,
give some
कुछ दिनों में
air
क्या
and
होगा?
all the things necessary. So after some days, this
अंकुरित
seed will
होकर के
sprout.
वो फल पुष्पित हो
then
जाता है।
slowly will develop leaves, isn't it?
आम की गुठली आप लगाए,
Suppose the seed of a mango
पहले
you've
निकला क्या चीज?
planted.
अंकुर निकाला,
In the beginning
और
it
फिर
sprouts,
पौधा हो गया,
then becomes a
और
small
फिर
plant,
देखते दो
then
साल में, दो चार साल
like
में,
continuously
आम
after
के
maybe
पेड़,
1 or 2 years, then you can see the shape of the mango tree.
और उससे सुंदर
Then later on this plant, this tree will give the flowers, and then they become fruits.
ठीक उसी प्रकार
So in the same way, when the jiva was manifested from Tatastha Shakti,
भगवान के अचिंत्य शक्ति के द्वारा,
by the potency, inconceivable potency of Lord, which Shakti, which potency? Achinta Shakti.
भगवान के अचिंत्य शक्ति के द्वारा
By the inconceivable potency of Lord,
वो पोटेंशियल है,
you already have this potential in your heart.
इसलिए वो परिवर्तन नहीं होता है।
This won't change.
शब्द को बुनाई श्रवणादि शुद्ध चित्ते करो उदय। श्रवण आदि करते करते चित्त क्या होगा?
Listening slowly, like
समाय हो जाता
then your heart will be pure,
है।
will become pure.
इसलिए हरि कथा श्रवण के द्वारा
So
क्या होता
by
है?
listening, by hearing Hari Katha, your heart will be pure. Then in the end you'll realize your swarup.
उपलब्धि के बाद वो उसको चिंतन
After realizing your swarup, then you start thinking about it. Also,
शास्त्र में विधान दिया।
Shastra is explained
संहिता में
in the Sanskrit
ये
Samhita.
सब वर्णन दिया।
This description is there.
उसके चिंतन करते करते
Thinking,
अपने स्वरूप की उपलब्धि हो जाता है।
then you realize your form of your soul, nothing else.
अपने स्वरूप ज्ञान की उपलब्धि करो।
Realize your Swarup again. I mean, your Swarup. Realize your form. That's why this sloka is there. So you are this gopi amongst other gopis. You are also there amongst the other gopis. So you have this kind of bhav. How beautiful the gopis are. They give bliss to all everyone's minds. These gopis, so beautiful, and you are just like them, so beautiful. You have a body just like them, just like theirs. So how's your so beautiful body of your soul? And your bodies are ornamented with so many beautiful transcendental ornaments. How's your form? So young, just like 16-year-old girl, so pretty, gorgeous, so shiny body and very beautiful, tender. So in the same way, you have also this kind of body. You already have it with you. Just clean your heart. By sadhana bhakti, what should you do with your heart? Clean it. From Shraddha until Ashakti. This is all sadhana bhakti. So one thing is sadhana bhakti, second bhav bhakti, and third prema bhakti. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Pada, he wrote this. From Shraddha to Ashakti, this is sadhana bhakti. So two kinds of activities in sadhana bhakti. One, clean the heart, to clean the heart. All sadhana bhakti that we'll do, that we're doing, slowly, actually your anarthas, they're going away. So this Ekadashi Partini, Bahudashi Partini, all these levels of the cleaning of the anarthas, just like in a washing machine. You put the clothes, the dirty clothes, you put them into the washing machine, and then this washing machine starts turning, spinning, clockwise and then anti-clockwise. First clockwise, then after some time the washing machine starts spinning anti-clockwise, and then removing, like the water, spinning, first clockwise, then anti-clockwise, in the same way. First thing of sadhana bhakti is how to clean all the anarthas, just like a washing machine removing the anarthas. So the washing machine is removing all the dirt from the water, from the clothes with water and like this. Second thing of sadhana bhakti, this mood of the Nitya Siddha Brajavasis, eternal associates of Krishna in Braj, they have in their heart spontaneous love towards Krishna. So if to attain one of the rays of this prema from their hearts, and how did this rays of their prema come? When your heart becomes pure, then your heart becomes just like a crystal, really like a crystal, and like a lotus, and by the desire of the Lord, on the basis of Sandhini, like a platform of existence, then Sambit and Ladini come and they blossom in your heart. So in this way, slowly you get atma-anubhuti, realization. So Vishwanath Chakravarti, he wrote, from Shraddha to Ashakti, this is sadhana bhakti. This is sadhana bhakti. After that, bhava bhakti. When your heart will be pure by the mercy of Lord, then these rays of this love from the heart of Nitya Siddha Brajavasis, they'll reflect in your heart. How? On the basis of Sandini, Sambhita and Nadini will come and your heart will be so melted. Then, in this moment, the devotee is in the stage of bhav. And then slowly, he will realize his swarup. So, thinking about this, just like this insect we were talking about before. So another insect catches him, and put this, and the wasp is like frightening the small insect with his wings like this, and after some time, this another insect gives up like his own form and becomes just like the wasp. So in the same way, when the sadhaka is in the stage of, like I told, thinking about all this, in the Bhajanarhasa book, Gurudeva explains so well. Bhajanarhasa is a unparalleled book. The book Bhajanarhasa. This book's nectarian. If you, Gurudeva said something. If so Madhura Kadambini is also explaining all this. How the sadhaka comes to a stage that he realizes his swarupa. So in this moment, the devotee, realizing his own spiritual form under the guidance of his guru, he will serve. They will come to Rupa Manjari, then Lalita Saki, and then to Srimati Radhika, like this.
इसके स्वरूप ज्ञान की उपलब्धि और एव आत्मा द्रष्टव्य श्रोतव्य निधिध्यासी उपनिषद में करें.
The Upanishads explain, know who you are.
जब अपने के पहचानते हैं,
if you don't know who you are, how can you know who are other people? Just like a person who can see, he can see others. Chakshuman means someone who has eyes. Those who got eyes, like in proper vision, they can see them, they can see others. This is a shloka from the Upanishads, Areva Atma. Try to know about you, try to see you. Self-realization will come. Atma-darshan, to know who you are, your soul. If you haven't had this atma-darshan, then you have nothing. Everything was just arup. Sometimes even cheating. Arupa means imposing. This is Kali Yuga. People, they want to speak many things, but they have to follow the Shastra Siddhanta. Oh, date is eating from my hand. Date is calling me. Oh yeah? This is true. But in which stage this should also be there indicated? God do not accept you with your material senses. So the definition of bhakti was given. What is the definition of bhakti?
What is the definition about bhakti?
What? This is the highest definition from Rupa Goswami. Yes. But Vyasadeva also gave two other definitions of bhakti in the Upanishads, in the scriptures. Definition of bhakti?
सभी इंसान परो धर्म जुतो भक्ति अदस को जे अहितु की अप्रति आत्मा जो आत्मा भागवत आगे बताओ।
Another.
सर्वोपाधि विनिर्मुक्तम तत्परित निर्मलम ऋषिकेन ऋषिकेश सेवनम भक्ति उच्यते। सर्व उपाधि विनिर्मुक्तम, जो समस्त उपाधि से निर्मुक्त नहीं हुए, भगवान उसके थोड़ी ग्रहण करते, आरोप करते जा रहे हैं।
So when you're free from all material designations, until there, it's just imposition, imposing.
कोई कहता है मेरा हाथ में ठाकुर जी खा
Oh, deity is eating from my hand.
सनातन गोस्वामी
Oh yeah?
बात मानते।
This is only for Sanatana Goswami, we believe.
हाँ समझे, इसलिए तो तत्व विचार में आना पड़ेगा।
So I have to come to the Tattva Vichar.
विचार में आना पड़ेगा।
I have to come to the Shastriya Vichar. Conception of the scriptures is not something imaginary. Oh, deity is calling to me for him to give food to him.
ठाकुर जी किसके
Oh yeah?
प्रेमी है? भक्त।
The deity has love for whom? For the devotees.
इसलिए सर्वोपाधि विनिर्मुक्तम, समस्त प्रकार के उपाधि से जब आप निर्मुक्त हो,
So one will be free from all material designations.
ऋषिकेन ऋषिकेश सेवनम भक्ति उच्यते। अप्राकृत इंद्रियों के द्वारा,
Then with your transcendental senses,
भगवान श्री हरि के
you will be able to serve God, who also has transcendental senses.
प्राकृत इंद्रिय के द्वारा नहीं। प्राकृत इंद्रिय के द्वारा हम क्या करते हैं? केवल
Not with our material senses. With our material senses, we can only impose. Try to understand it.
नहीं तो जहाँ तहाँ फेसबुक में लिख देते हैं,
Otherwise, some person writes in Facebook something and then you believe it.
हमारे गोस्वामी ने
Oh yeah?
इतने कष्ट
What about the books that Vyasadeva and our Goswamis wrote? So much endeavor they had to write these books, and you have to take these pure conceptions of the books. Otherwise, you're like just believing any sahaji sakibek. Oh, God wants to eat from me, like wants to eat something I'm cooking or giving. The person is not even free from anartha, is full of lust and anger. Do you really think God will eat from the hand of such a person? So heart should be pure, not a polluted heart with lust and anger, contaminated. No, then Lord will not accept from a person whose heart is dirty. Okay, let's continue. So realize the form of your soul. But many obstacles will come for that also. All these obstacles will come. First I told, if you walk the right path, some obstacle will come. Just overcome these obstacles. Overcome these obstacles. So with the obstacles, just overcome them, and so if there's a thorn on the way, or snakes, so many obstacles. We also see in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Jogamaya also arranged this, that Srimati Radhika, she's going to meet her beloved Krishna. But on the way, there's so many obstacles come. So Lalita Devi trains Srimati Radhika. Hey Radhe, how will you meet your beloved Krishna? Two kinds of meetings of Radha and Krishna, Abhisar. Abhisarika-nayika, there are 8 modes of the heroines. So Abhisarika, meeting the beloved, Utkantita, eager to meet him. So the first one, Abhisarika-nayika. So she's going to meet her beloved Govinda. Srimati Radhika is going to meet her beloved Govinda. Lalita Devi is teaching her and chastising her. Hey Radhe, how will you meet your beloved Krishna? I'll tell you, there are 2 ways. One meeting in the new moon, another meeting in the one meeting in the full moon, another meeting in the new moon. Full moon, Shukla Paksha Abhisar, means on the day of Purnima. This is called Shukla Paksha Abhisar. Meeting in the white, how do you call it? White fortnight. Another Shukla Paksha Krishna Paksha Abhisar, meeting in the dark fortnight of the moon. So many obstacles come. This is all very well described. So obstacles also will come when you go to meet your beloved Krishna. Lalita Devi is chastising and teaching Srimati Radhika. Oh Radhe, if you're going to meet your beloved, how will you go to meet with him? This is like rainy time, rainy season. You are a princess, you are the daughter of Vrishabhanu, Maharaj, Vrishabhanu Nandini. Your feet is like Ratul Charan, so soft and tender and reddish. How will you walk in this condition? Like such tender feet. Then Srimati Radhika said, this is true. Now it's like rainy season time and the paths are full of mud. They're so muddy, all the trails. Also there will be thorns on the way. I remember something when I was young, small. When I was little, there was a time there was a flood when I was little. I was still in the primary school at that time. So this school was a little bit far from my village. No, maybe 1.5, 2 kilometers far from my village. So there was a flood. I was little. So the two sides of village there is only like land, crops, fields, and in the middle the road. So because of the flood, everything was just full of water. You cannot see the road or you cannot see everything. So I was going to school, used to go to school. So we brought always a stick with us, because maybe there is a hole and you don't see, and you don't know where are the fields or where is the. So you have to walk with the stick, checking. The village roads, they are also very like bending so much. Sometimes there is also some hole you don't see maybe how to walk properly. So I always used to bring a stick. So when there was some fields, also some many thorns were there. Isn't it? But in the rainy season, but maybe if there's no flood, so much mud in the village area, until half of your, like almost your knees, full of mud, almost like a little bit under the knees. So difficult to walk, and also so many thorns. We live in city, we don't know, but if you go to the village, you understand. Especially Midnapur, 24 Pragarna. Nowadays, I came to that area, but everything has changed. I was astonished to see how everything is different. Everything changed in that area. But 40 years ago, what I saw, and today, if I go to that place, completely different. It's completely different nowadays. All the roads are like well built and how do you say? Nowadays more facilities and all these roads and everything nice. But 40 or 30 years back, in the same 24 Pragarna region of Bengal, when I went for rice collection, I saw when I saw now, it changed so much. It has changed so much. So what I want to say is that in this context, time is up. Please prepare the arati. So Lalita Devi told Srimati Radhika, in the time of the rainy season, in the dark night, how will you go to meet your beloved in this condition? And your feet, they are so soft. Ratul Charan, Srimati Radhika is the princess, is a princess, so her feet is so soft, even softer than the lotus. How will you walk in the mud? So Lalita Devi is teaching Srimati Radhika. Let's first train and practice here. What? How to walk in the mud. How to walk in the mud. Srimati Radhika says, Lalita, what do we have to learn? Okay, bring some water and put in the courtyard in the back garden. Just put this water and let's create some mud here. So Lalita Devi is teaching Srimati Radhika. Oh Radhe, walk on the mud. Srimati Radhika can't walk. First step, second step, she sleeps. Then Lalita Devi catches her catch her and say, let's train and practice more and teaching. Also, we have to learn how to walk on the thorns. So she also put some thorns, because when you go to meet Krishna, you will not go wearing shoes. You have to go barefoot. Are you feeling sleepy? Yes? Let's go. So Lalita is teaching Srimati Radhika. So how to attain the Ishtadev. Lalita continues, you are so beautiful, you have to walk during the dark night. Your body is just like molten gold, and you illuminate the 4 directions always. Srimati Radhika is Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, like the molten gold. Especially in the dark night, if a woman is walking, seeing that shining from that body of that woman, especially like Srimati Radhika, all the men will stare at her. If a man is walking, nobody cares, but if a woman is walking, everybody is staring at her, and even on top of that, if it's a pretty woman, everybody will be staring and checking what she's doing like this. So Lalita says, okay, let's train how to walk on the mud and thorns. And another point, your body is like molten gold, your color. So let's cover all your body with karpur and chandan, sandalwood paste with camphor. This shloka explains of Raghunatha Das Goswami. Raghunatha Das Goswami explains so well in this verse. So Lalita is training and teaching Srimati Radhika. Okay, but in the rainy season, snakes will come. A snake might come, you know. So go to Bhaguri Rishi and learn from him some mantra to shut the snakes, or like to control the snakes. And go slowly. So many descriptions are there. I'm just talking briefly. Abhisarika-nayika, this heroine which is going to meet her beloved. So beautiful. How to meet with him. This Asta-nayika, 8 moods of the heroines. So these 8 moods of the heroines, actually Srimati Radhika, she manifests also all the heroines' moods, all the moods of all these heroines. Other acharyas have described all this in the book Govinda Lilamrita and Shri Krishna Bhavanamrita, and also in that book from Kavi Karnapur. All this is described in these books. What I want to say is that we must do sadhana. Okay, continue. I came very far now. Okay, so first sadhana bhakti. From Shraddha to Shakti. This is called sadhana bhakti. Many obstacles will come, and also the process of cleaning the nartas. Ekadashi Vartini, Bahudashi Vartini, Praiki Purna and Atantiki levels of the cleaning of the nartas. After sadhana bhakti, sadhaka enters bhava bhakti. Bhava is something that is kripa sadhya. It's coming by mercy, not by your own endeavors. By the mercy of God and His devotees, bhava can come in your heart. Then, after bhava bhakti, the sadhaka reaches prema bhakti. After entering prema bhakti, so many kinds of leelas manifest in the heart of the sadhaka, and also many kinds of activities also. Snehaman, Pranay, Rag, Anurag, Bhav, Mahabhav, Rura, Adirura, like this. Prem, so beautiful, stages. So, we're discussing about we first have to meditate in our souls, on our souls, atma-dhyan. From early in the morning until the night to evening, morning. According to our eligibility. Not for everyone. It's not for everyone. Depends on your qualification. If you have not reached that eligibility, if you're not qualified, you're still controlled by lust and anger, and actually you're only imagining your swarup and other things. This is actually a cause of anarthas, more even a cause of your falling down. If you think about your sarup, if you're not qualified. So follow your adhikar, your eligibility. According to your eligibility. Not all the instructions are for everyone. Depends on the instruction of the person, of the qualification of the person. In a class, in a grade, in the school, there are many kinds of people with different qualification. And the students are given different things according to their qualification. Or they can grasp as much as their qualification, like this. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote this. I'm not saying, it's in the Bhajan Rahasya. Everybody should follow everything according to their own qualification. So this sloka here, just like the bringi, the wasp catches the, actually sometimes Gurudeva said cockroach, I think, huh? Anyway, so that animal, other insect is frightened because the wasp is like making him fearful, and then that insect becomes in the shape of the wasp. So actually this example is just partly appropriate. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains, when you give some example, all the examples cannot be 100% appropriate, because this world is incomplete. Just for us to understand somehow, sometimes we give some partial example about something. Just like the Shaka Chandra, just like the moon on the branch of a tree, you know that? Do you understand? Like a small boy asks, a little boy asks his mother, "Oh, where is the moon?" And then the mother says, "Oh son, you see, 200 meters from here, there is the tree is there, the tree you see, and the moon is coming on the east." Actually looks like the moon is just rising on that mango tree branch. Actually the moon is so far, but looks like that the moon is just rising on that branch of the tree. So mother says, "Oh, moon is there." But is the moon really there? No, moon is so far. But just to indicate partially, these examples are given. In this way, we try to understand this subject. This is called Shaka Chandra Nyaya, logic of the moon on the branch. So in the same way, the sadhak, the practitioner, being free from anartha dasha, from the anarthas, he attained, by the mercy of Guru and Bhagavan, then slowly he realized the form of his soul, his swarup. Then he starts to think about his soul, atma-chinta. Then he'll have the complete darshan of his form. So this look we are reading. Okay, do that. So, Swarup, realization of your form, spiritual form. If you know about him, if you realize him, like your soul, you will realize everything. This Atma Dhyan, the soul, think about your soul. Then you can see God. You think to see God is just like this. Oh, somebody wrote in the YouTube, "Oh, the deity is calling me," and the person is crying saying, "Oh, Krishna wants to eat from my hand," and the person is full of actually lust and anger. This is all only cheating things. This is a lie, it's a lie, fake, imposters. "Oh, God is calling me. My deity is crying for me, wanting my prasad." If it's Sanatana Goswami, then okay. But then I ask, "Okay, tell me, how much holy names do you chant?" "Oh, sometimes I chant, sometimes I don't chant." And you're saying deity comes to eat from your hand. Who is your guru? "Oh, I have not accepted guru yet." So you don't have a guru? You don't chant mantra japa, nothing? You do? and you bought some Ladu Gopal in the market, and you offer the deity food to the deity, and you say, oh, deity is crying for me. Okay, I'm also glorifying this person because he's imposing, but if we deeply analyze the deity of Sanatana Goswami, then yes, his deity told us, Sanatan, every day you give me this bath, this like dry chapati without salt. So, and Sanatana Goswami, his love is always like zigzag, like bending, crooked. Love is crooked. Oh, today you're asking for this, tomorrow you'll ask for more. So go to your father's house. Thakurji said, I'll not leave you. But Sanatana Goswami was chanting 64 rounds every day. So many people, they imagine so many things and they speak these things, imaginary things. And they put on the YouTube. They actually are also Hajis and Sakibekis. You can ask them, who is your guru? Do you have a guru or not? Those who worship Govinda without guru, they go to hell. Those who don't have a guru, even like if the person has knowledge of Brahma and Shiva, they cannot deliver. So you don't have guru, you don't chant mantra jap, don't even know how to clean yourself after the toilet, and you're saying Krishna is eating from your hands. With the same hand. So you went to toilet, you didn't even clean yourself properly, you're saying Krishna is accepting food from your hand. You think that you are a premik bhakta, you think, show some symptoms, at least you have to have some symptoms of being premik bhakta, knowledge of the scriptures. You think just say, sometimes I say directly, give up these illusions, it's like lies, confusions, chant holy names. Actually, this kind of people, they cannot give up these things. Bhakti is very far for these people, very far for them, because they are always imagining these things. And they think that it's really true what they're thinking. They have to come back and start from beginning. Sadhu-sanga, everything they have to follow. Then ask them. Take an interview. They even drink alcohol sometimes. They smoke marijuana. So you think Krishna deity will eat from his hand? Tell me. This is only bhava. Like samud, because they are saying like Krishna is coming and eating from their hands or something like this.